Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for a fragrance video. Um, wow, what can we say about this image? Jesus fucking Christ. I haven't really, like I said, I generally do not check up on fragrance stuff. I kind of have, I've actively been avoiding the fragrance community ever since I saw that the fragrance community actually will ban you now unless you only say good things about Jeremy Fragrance, which is crazy to me. Like it just the collusion, just like it seems like fragrances seem so fake now. Like I already knew that people like shill and everything like that, and reviews can be suspect, but finding out that you will actually get banned from the fragrance community if you call Jeremy out on, he scammed and stole thousands of dollars from people. It's just crazy, right? All those fake videos he made, fake ass Patreon, all that kind of shit, and you get banned if you talk about it. And it made me so disgusted with the fragrance community that I generally avoid it. But I'm a little late to this. I unfortunately saw this image, and I also unfortunately saw that he's been involved in this other some Snapchat stuff. And you know what? To make this kind of a interesting social video or social study, kind of psychology sort of video, boy girl stuff, and I know people still want me to do, and I'll get to it. People want me to talk about sex in other countries and the Japan stuff, all this kind of stuff. Do like a longer form video of that, but when I saw this Snapchat thing that came out about Jeremy, it was almost so pathetic that I almost wonder if it's fake. Like, not only was there zero game, there was like negative game to the point of, again, I almost thought that it could be fake if you, and God, how should I say this? And I guess this is talking about shit about human beings, not just women. But let's say that women and human beings are very petty, obviously, right? People will do almost anything to become famous. People will do almost anything for money. It doesn't even have to be the fragrance community, it could just be life in general. You can see what people have done to me in the video game community for money, you know? But when I saw the Jeremy stuff, and remember, I'm someone that I originally defended Jeremy when he first was in the fragrance community because at one time, I don't actually think so anymore. This is, I'm not trying to talk shit about the guy in terms of that, so to speak, but for what it is at one time he was, a good looking guy, I think, so I could see why he's attractive. And for sure, I still have heard some people, they do think he's still attractive, but he used to be, I would say, as a man, I could be like, well, this is a good looking dude. Now I actually don't think he's attractive personally. He's still tall though, and I guess that's something. But when he first came to the fragrance community, I thought that maybe people were just hating him because he's a good looking guy. And there was that original sex kind of scandal that he was involved in, the Snapchat stuff. And I had originally said that personally didn't really mean anything to me because I don't think you can hate a guy for getting thirsty. Everyone gets thirsty sometimes, and anything between a boy and a girl is, very suspect, and you should take with a grain of salt, right? So I was always like, instead of getting mad about Jeremy, excuse me, for these Snapchat messages that we don't know the full story of, hold him accountable for stealing money from the community. Because that's a real thing, right? Making fake videos and stealing money from the community is a real thing. And the community didn't want to talk about it, sadly, right? And he actually got more popular. But seeing these Snapchat messages, and you got to think how fucking famous Jeremy Fragrance is now. And it blew my mind when you think about getting girls and all this kind of stuff, right? Social proof is so fucking important, right? Now, part of social proof is how you look, right? And then there's also disingenuous social proof, which I say is one of my problems. And I've always, I've talked to so many girls, throughout the years. That's not me saying that I'm cool, but I have been popular with girls from time to time. I still get stopped to this day by groups of girls. It surprises me, right? But I got like fake game, and I also have disingenuous game. And that if you think that my pictures have been stolen all over the world on the internet, right? At one time, I was the #1 rated guy in the world on a looks website when my pictures were being stolen. Pretty crazy. But I'm not actually famous, right? I'm a somewhat known nobody. And, many girls that's not actually attractive to, right? Because many times you can meet a girl and they're like, whoa, instantly, well, they like you. And then like, oh, but you're not famous. So it makes you look weird. Why do you look like, I do get this. People think I'm a movie star or whatever. Even when I go to these other countries, you know what I mean? I get recognized. I'm like, you guys still remember me. We don't even know each other, right? But for some people, that's like a disingenuous kind of social proof, right? And it can weird girls out, so to speak. And girlfriends have always told me, they're like, Clayton, your problem is you look like you're famous, but then when a girl looks you up, they see you're not famous, and it makes them think that maybe there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? And they don't actually then take the time to look in to see that you've had a weird life, dying, all this kind of stuff, right? But I know this is a long forward, but it's really just to show how weird Jeremy Fragrance is. Jeremy Fragrance, some girls do still think he's good looking. I've talked to some girls who still think that, okay, he's not like he used to be, but they still think he's good looking actually, right? Can you imagine being as famous as Jeremy Fragrance is and that you have girls capping on you about how cringy and weird you are? No, you like this, it like blows my mind when I was looking at these Snapchat things, and you have girls laughing at him about what a loser he is, basically. That's bad, because a girl, and I say a girl, but I could say a human being will do almost anything to become famous. A human being will do almost anything for money. Now, you already know this whole girlfriend, Jeremy looking for a girlfriend thing is really bad, right? But, it looks really pathetic and all this kind of stuff, but it is what it is. But to see those messages where he looks so bad, so thirsty, the way that he writes in the messages, and you have girls, they're just showing videos of them like laughing at like what. I hope you get what I'm getting at, that like for someone to like publicly shame you when you are as famous as Jeremy is really bad. Really bad. Because social proof is so important. And if a girl thinks you are cool, if she thinks that she will get some kind of raise in her social status, she will do almost anything, okay? I'm telling you, I know this. I'm not saying I'm very popular with girls. I mean, I have been at various different times. I'm just telling you, as a human being, maybe that has been popular at different times to very different degrees, who has had a variety of different social circles. I'm sure you don't even have to, for me to say that. I'm sure we've all seen the girl going out with a fat guy, girl going out with a quotation marks, let's say, not attractive guy who's rich or whatever. They will lower themselves for that status. And you have a guy that is as famous as Jeremy Fragrance. He has such huge social proof that he could make you famous on TikTok, Instagram, all this other kind of stuff. And you have girls just regularly like showing his message and be like, this guy is the biggest loser I've ever seen, apparently, almost seemingly just laughing at him. And it's like, whoa, that's what stuck out to me. That, do you get what I'm getting at? To be that cringy that a girl, even for all the money in the world, is like, I just have to put this on the internet to show you are that big of a loser. It's pretty shocking to me. And it's some of the worst game. It's legendarily bad game. A girl will not normally shame you that badly unless she feels wronged by you, unless she feels like she was wronged by you or she's got something better coming. And Jeremy Fragrance is pretty fucking famous to be shaming him that badly. Now, I know some people are like, oh God, of course there's some like, incels basically, holier than thou people. Oh my God, Jeremy in the Fragrance message just said that he thinks being 18 years old is attractive and it's cool. Yeah, no shit. Okay, most guys like younger girls. That's not that weird. Let's be honest, okay? You don't need to like put yourself on this pedestal of your pearl clutching, okay, calm down. No one needs to be holier than thou, yes, guys tend to like younger girls. Wow, shocking. All right. Girls tend to like older guys. Wow, shocking. It's not that big of a deal, okay? But I just thought that's what stuck out to me. The fact that people are actually showing the messages with him and the way that he writes, and it's like, oh my God, like, bro, this is negative game. This isn't even zero game. This game is so bad that it almost seems like it's on purpose to get some kind of like more people talking about him again. That's what I thought of when I saw that. And again, as usual, I feel bad that I ever defended him because obviously I looked really bad for that considering how he stole all that money and made all those fake videos. But it is what it is. My heart was in the right place. I didn't know he was that kind of person when I defended him originally. So, but again, it goes to show that I've always say for getting girls, I think social proof is so important, and having a good social media following. It's true. I've met. It's happened to me just recently. Again, multiple times actually. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, tons of girls, and they're like, "Oh, we thought, well, they didn't say that, but they're like, oh, we thought you were going to be more famous or something like that than you were," and it's like a turnoff for girls. It sounds very petty, but I know a lot of people mostly just watch my stuff for video games or something like that. But some people do like, oh, what are your weird girl stories and stuff like that, and I can tell you, girls are very fucking petty. And I can tell you, as someone that has had girls throw themselves at myself, spill their spaghetti to extreme degrees that most people will never experience in their life. And then I've had those same girls, oh, wait a second, you're not famous. Wait a second. Oh, man, do I like you? Wait, there must be something wrong with you. Then they see you at like a party or some get together, like, oh my God, wait, everyone knows who Clayton is? Oh, Clayton is cool? I want to bang you again. Girls do that. It's weird. It's really creepy. And it's actually really sad if you think about it in your soul. And it really makes me sad because it makes you feel like a piece of meat, to be honest with you. And maybe human beings are a piece of meat to a certain degree. But it is really sad when you can meet a girl for the first time and you could do whatever the fuck you want to her, right? Trust me. I know a lot of nerds watch my channel, but if you've ever been popular with girls, and if you've ever had those, if you've ever been cool enough to a girl that you can meet a girl and you can fuck her within 5 minutes, how many people can say that? Not just get a number. Within 5 minutes, you can meet a girl and you can fuck her. If you got good game, but maybe good game, fake game. Maybe if she thinks you look cool in that moment and other people think you look cool. You can totally do it. That's why I always say, sometimes when I see PUA stuff, a lot of PUA stuff isn't that impressive to me. It's more so the tenacity that I appreciate when I've seen PUA stuff, because you do have to put yourself out there, but you can have it happens, dude. You can have a girl will fuck you within 5 minutes of meeting her. And then she can hate you. She's like, whoa, I got some kind of buyer's remorse. I thought you're not as cool as I thought. Oh, wait a second. Now I just saw you again and all these other people, they know you again. Now I want to fuck you again. It's very demoralizing. It's very petty, but it is the way the world works, unfortunately. And again, it's always funny because I think about myself and my life, and that, I turned down modeling stuff before because it morally bothered me. Obviously, I've turned down sugar mamas because, well, just as a guy, you can't really fuck a sugar mama if you're not really into it, right? So it's a little bit different for a guy too. But, you think about, I've suffered, so to speak, so much from my morals, so to speak, and that has hurt me if you even think about social proof, because certainly I could have grown my Instagram or something like that, and if I had done other stuff, but lied, cheated, swindled, whatever you might call it, you know. Um, and but it's true, and it just sticks out because again, I compare myself, as someone that has been seen attractive to females at different points in my life, right, to varying degrees, and I know that my fake social proof hurts me. Right? And I see a guy who, again, although I don't consider Jeremy a good-looking guy anymore to me, he's not a guy that I would be jealous of if I saw him personally, right? Again, I guess he's tall, which is cool, but but his social proof is so strong. And for a female to put you on blast, to roast you like that, multiple females. Again, I don't give a fuck that, oh, you try to have sex with 18-year-olds. Who gives a fuck? It's not a big deal. Come on. Go to other countries. Trust me, it's happening much younger than that, motherfucker. Okay? In America, most places are 16. It's not a big deal. But the social proof thing is just, wow. And that's just the messages we saw. There must be some girls that maybe the messages were so bad they were just like, whoa, blocked, deleted. Forget the whole thing. Like, I don't know, bro. It's really crazy. The social proof. I mean, you have to, I guess maybe you have to have been with girls before to actually appreciate where I'm coming from. Or maybe this is more of a female video. If you're part of the 3% female viewership that watches this, if you're honest in your soul, you know that normally you do not talk shit about a guy publicly unless you feel he wronged you, which half the time probably isn't even true, or you might just be bullshitting. Certainly I've had girls make up stuff about me before, and thank God I've saved messages, right? But normally you would not put a guy on blast like that, especially a high status guy on blast who can give you money and bring up your social status. It's just so fucking rare and weird, and it's incredible to me. Anyway, if you like the videos, like, sub, comment, share, support the channel if you want. Appreciate it. Thanks. The end.